Hi, Luann here with Culinary Chats, and welcome to my kitchen. I am getting ready to make what I'm calling a panini, but they're actually quesadillas with panini type of a press marks on them. So I just already have turned on my Deluxe electric grill and griddle, and just going to show you how I'm doing the settings. It defaults on to custom, so I'm just going to scroll down to panini and push the button once. So that is going to be a preset of 2 minutes and 30 seconds at a temperature of 375. If I choose to change either of those, I can do that with time up here or temp up here. But I found that works pretty good, so all I'm going to do now is push that button, and that will start it on the preheat cycle. So you'll want to do that while you're doing the last bit of the prepping on your food, because it does take a few minutes to preheat. So you don't want to be standing there waiting to put your food on in there and then turn it on. So what I'm just going to do something really simple here for a quick lunch. So you can do these. I'm going to do chicken and cheese quesadillas. And this actually works better if you shred the chicken, but I already had some kind of diced for another recipe I was using. So I'm just going to continue using those. So one of these I'm going to make a whole flat quesadilla style. And then the other one I'm just going to do half and fold it over on itself, because I don't want both of those shells. I do want both of those shells. Who am I kidding? But my pants and my shirt and all my other clothes don't want me to have both of those. So there you are. So one of them I'm making for my husband, a little bit bigger than mine. And you can do these with buffalo chicken. You can do them, of course, with any cheese too. Buffalo ranch chicken, I believe it was, that I've made those before. And so all you do is you do the chicken, and you drizzle a little bit of mixed up Texas Pete and ranch dressing together and kind of put that in over the chicken. You can either kind of marinate the chicken in it or just do a little bit of a drizzle, which is all I do, is just a little bit, because it's I can't do all too much heat. So but that's really good. But these are super good too with sour cream. We just substitute the plain yogurt, the Greek yogurt, for sour cream, and it works pretty good if you get the right brand without being quite as fattening as the regular yogurt. And then, of course, salsa. You gotta have salsa, maybe a little bit of avocado or guacamole on the side. So I like quite a bit of cheese. I'm not going to do quite as much as I usually do, because you'll be amazed how much I can put on there. So now we're just waiting for that to finish heating up, because this is such a quick prep meal. It's super fun to use this with bread, and there's so many different kinds of bread you can use to make it exciting and different each time. You can use the brioche. You can do the huge French toast, Texas toast style, or regular bread, of course. And I've seen also people have a lot of fun with making the sandwiches using the waffle plates. So it just makes them a little bit more fun and different than, than a typical sandwich. And kids like that, and you can kind of cut them up a little bit different and have some fun with that too. So there's really a lot you can do with the grill and griddle plates on here, as well as just the regular, the regular griddle would be the pancakes and whatnot. So I've been using it quite a bit. I'm really happy with it. There was a small learning curve, which by me telling you what that learning curve is, hopefully you won't have to go through it, because there was just a little bit of a, you have to push it again once you know that that's the preset you want in order for it to preheat. And you have to know that while it's going in a circle like that it is preheating. And when it says add, when it's done preheating, it will pop up there and say add. And I wasn't sure when I first got it because the directions, I thought I had read them, but I didn't quite understand what that meant. So if it meant add, you know, like the thermometer or what it was. But that means it's ready to add the food. And then once you do add the food, don't forget you do need to push that again because that's what actually starts the timer. So it's pretty slick if you just kind of know a couple things about it. And the probe is super good for the proteins, but you can use it, of course, on anything, but for meats, so you can get them cooked just how you want them. It's really handy. Comes in really handy for that. And I have already done a demo on this, but in case you haven't seen that, the other beauty of this is that it does open all the way flat. So you can use it as a panini press or a hamburger press or as a grill as it is, or you can lay it all the way flat and have twice the surface. And you can mix and match the plates. Of course, if you're making waffles, they both need to be on the waffle plates. But if you open it all the way up, you can put a grill plate on one side and a griddle plate on the other. And mix up what you're making. So I'm just going to use my fingers and slide that off in there and that off in there, like so. Back that baby up a little bit, back that baby up a little bit, and there you go. So I'm going to close it and push the button one more time, and then it's starting the timer. So when it beeps, it will be done. It'll be beautiful. And we're gonna really enjoy having this. So while that's cooking, I am going to trial for the very first time ever my avocado tool. This might not be the way to do it because I would think I would do that trial it before I do a video, but I have one avocado. This is it. So we're gonna go through this together. I just got an extra utility knife cover for like $2 or $2 or $3. I can't remember how much it is because this is super sharp. The end of this avocado tool, people have cut themselves, so you have to be very careful with that. They have since then started sending it with, I think, like a hard cardboard cover at least. So this end is the cutting and the digging. You know, you slice it and then you also can shell it. This is the pitter end. So I'm just going to go around the avocado. You do not want to hold this in your hand while you're cutting it because the same reason it can easily go all the way through and cut your hand. So don't be misled because the older or the original one that I have, the tool, has it's a dull and it has a little bit of a lip on it, and it's just for shelling out. You can't cut the avocado with that one, which is kind of a bummer because then you have to dirty a knife and then you have to dirty the older tool and everything. So as you can see, that's super quick to do that. Now this is the pitter end, and as you can see, it has little metal prongs in there. So the idea is to hit this hard enough to where it kind of grasps that seed. And the avocado seeds are pretty, well, I think they're pretty soft. Oops, boy, I kind of smashed that a little bit further. But it did kind of grab it. I think it's going to fall out because I didn't really get it too well. But as you can see, it does work. I feel like with a little bit of practice, I would have been able to get that and lift it right out. So it's going to be a handy device to have. And then you can use this end, of course, to shell it. So let me get this out of here because it sounds like it is done for sure. Oops, let me get out just a little bit. I'm trying to do it a little bit different for video reasons. So that looks perfect, perfectly cooked. And I'm not a bit worried that cheese came out. See, that one's a little bit taller than the other one. That's why probably wasn't the best idea to do that. But because the plates clean up so easily, I just cannot believe it. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. And on end, which is what it just said, it had already stopped heating, but I'm going to go ahead and cancel it and turn it off in the back. So, but the plates are super easy to clean up. You don't want to use metal on them because they do have a coating on them that you want to maintain and the integrity of. But you can, you know, get the worst of it off and go ahead and put those in the dishwasher. So they are dishwasher safe, which makes that so awesome. And there's a lot of other features with the electric grill and griddle that if you wanted to watch the other video I have that goes through it, then you can certainly do that. But for the demo part, I thought I would just kind of share this with you. Let's see how the other sides look. Yeah, looks really good. It looks really yummy. As you can see, I did not put oil on there. You can, you don't need to though, typically, unless it's something that's really sticky. But of course, like with any other good quality cookware, you don't want to use a typical aerosol can spray because it will make things sticky and gummy over time, and that's actually not good to use on anything, no matter what brand or quality of it, cookware that it is. So you would want to use your silicone basting brush or some sort of a basting brush and quickly just go over it with just a light layer of oil if you needed to use it. But so far I've used this dozen times or more, and I have not used oil at all for it. So maybe I'll run into something that I wish I had used it for, but so far I haven't needed it at all. So I am gonna go and get ready to eat my lunch. Thanks, guys.